Rose fans, I am so excited. If I were any happier, I wouldn't be able to live with myself. We have a new feature here on Joe Rossano's Orioles Report. That is Birdland Mailbag with Joe Rossano. We are just so excited. Once a week, I'm going to come on here. I'm going to read your questions, read your comments. I'm going to respond and reply, and it's just going to be a whole lot of fun. Joe Rossano's Orioles Report, Birdland Mailbag with Joe Rossano is next. Rose fans, right off the bat, Michael Sullivan, Matt Faulkner, and we greatly appreciate you taking some time to hang out with us here on Joe Rossano's Orioles Report, where it's fans talking to other fans. And again, we just greatly appreciate you taking some time to hang out. Please click the subscribe button. That really helps. Like, share, continue to comment. Click the notification bell for all the latest episodes of Joe Rossano's Orioles Report with Michael Sullivan and Matt Faulkner. So let's get to your questions and comments here. This is just going to be so much fun because some of you really ask some doozies. This from D Baker 7794. I got to get my glasses on for these. None of the frontline free agent starting pitchers wanted to be in Baltimore. Either they don't like the area or they don't want to pitch for a team that can't hit. Well, D. Baker, let me say this. They can hit now. I think the Orioles are definitely going to hit in 2026. They have veteran leadership now. Michael Sullivan, if you're watching, we mentioned that on yesterday's broadcast. Pete Alonso, quite frankly, has just brought a lot of street cred into right in the middle of the Orioles lineup. So think about it. I mean, you got Rutschman, Gunnar Henderson, Pete Alonso, Taylor Ward, Tyler O'Neill. Don't sleep on Tyler O'Neill. And then you got guys like Beavers, Basayo. I mean, this is going to be a very good hitting team. So not sure if the hitting was the problem, but, they didn't want to be in Baltimore. I'm not sure about that either, Mr. Baker. But thank you very much. Next, we got Ron M. 3674. Making contact and putting the ball in play makes you go through the lineup and turns it over. That's why we love Westy when he can play. Yeah, well, when he can play. And his on-base percentage is not 400. Again, Jordan Westburg is going to be missed. He's going to be missed. One of my favorite Orioles. I'll say that right here on air. Fantastic baseball player. And yes, he is going to be missed. And, on base percentage, it's kind of a thing of the past. It's, as Michael Sullivan, if you're watching, as you said, you either strike out, hit a home run, or walk. And that seems to be what they do nowadays. So on base percentage, unfortunately, Ron M3674, it's just not how they get paid nowadays. They get paid to hit the long ball. Over under 15 minutes before Joe and Michael start going at it again. All jokes aside, a rebound season for Honeycutt would be great for the future Orioles teams. Might need him down the road in a couple of years, and there is no need to rush him. Hopefully, we let him take his time so he can get it right. Well, Steven Sandquist, 4437, he's going to get plenty of time. He's not coming here anytime soon. At least I don't think so. There's a log jam out there in the outfield. Even if he didn't have Taylor Ward and Tyler O'Neill, there still is. There still is. So, are we going to see Honeycutt anytime soon? Are they going to let him take his time? I don't think they have a choice, quite frankly, because there's really nowhere to put him now. So here we go. We're going to go with Robert Corin, 7318. The Nats are building up from literally the studs, wooden type. I think Alonso and Bassett will lead the O's to achieve far beyond what their individual achievements can take them. I'm most concerned about the bullpen, principally because team management will try to rely on veterans and not use their younger but possibly better unknown. Cam Foster, Espana, among others. Well, it depends. I mean, but I see what you're saying there. But hey, let's see what they look like in spring training. Felix Bautista, he was He was not slated to be in the Oriole bullpen. He was slated to either be released or DFA'd or whatever it is they do. And he ended up being the best relief pitcher in 2023 in all of baseball. So, no, not necessarily. I think you are going to see some young guys in the Oriole bullpen this season. They always play musical bullpen, which means there are guys in and out all the time in the Oriole bullpen. All the time. Check out the transactions or the trade rumors. Believe me, you'll have a hard time keeping up. Far as replenishment of arms in the Orioles bullpen or any bullpen in baseball, I'm not worried about that at all. Okay, I like this one. Green Shades 1234. That is Green Shades 1234. You guys just babble. Hey, doofus. O'Neill was a bad signing. It was such a bad signing. The O's had to trade Grayson to the Angels. That's scorched earth. I'm not even supposed to say that. For a right-handed power hitting outfielder. That's how much faith they had in O'Neill, a.k.a. Mr. Glass. Wow. Green Shades 1234. You're not the only one who thinks that. You're not the only one who thinks that. They have called Taylor Ward Tyler O'Neill 2.0. And I don't disagree. He was hurt, Tyler O'Neill, so much last season that they needed a right-handed power bat. And yeah, they traded one of their frontline starters when healthy for Taylor Ward because, yeah, they paid Tyler O'Neill all that money and they had no idea when he's going to be hurt or when he's not going to be hurt. I can tell you one thing. It doesn't look like Tyler O'Neill missed many days in the gym. If you're watching, Tyler, I got to tell you, I wished I looked like that, sir. I really do. We got Randall D2L Rodriguez, Grayson Rodriguez. I'm not allowed to say that. A pitcher formerly known as Grayson Rodriguez. Played 6 years in the minors and a total of 300 innings. That's 50 innings per year. He was hurt that many times in the minors when he got to the 50th inning benchmark. Why was he projected to be a top-tier starter by his third year in the minors? He should have been put in the BP and working his way up to become a closer. Go figure. Talk about stupidity by the entire management and coaches. What a waste of talent. Boy, oh boy, look, you're going to get me in trouble with my wife here. My wife said no more talking about Grayson Rodriguez. And Michael Sullivan is about to come on stage and give me a Chris Rock slap, okay? Because of how much I've discussed this. But since you asked, Randall, or since you commented here, you're right. You're right. He pitched 300 innings over 6 minor league seasons, 50 innings per season. And then he didn't pitch all of last season. I mean, at the end of the day, I think why I am so butthurt over this is he had a major pitching problem last season, a major pitching problem. Okay. And if they were, as you said, talk about stupidity by the entire management and coaches, what a waste of talent is. Since he had surgery, since they did all of this stuff that you're saying, let him pitch 50 innings a year in the minors with the 4 years of control, why not give him one more go in 2026 and see what happens? Because there would have still been 3 years of control left if they wanted to trade him at the deadline or trade him next season or whatever the case may be. But, that is scorched earth now. I'm not allowed to talk about this. Let's see. What do we got next? We got Joe Hawk 9839. Good name, Joe. There's never been a window. It's just like the players, they all anointed superstars by the so-called experts. Well, let's talk about that then, because I hear that a lot. The Orioles' young core, they're not as good as everybody says. Okay. Well, let's try it. Adley Rutschman, number 1 pick overall, All-Star 2024. Left-handed and right-handed. He switch hit, banged him out of the yard. Considered one of the best catchers in baseball. He has struggled. And I hope that 2026 is a better year for him. So I see what you're saying there. Colton Cowser, injured a lot of last year. Okay. That injury on the second day or opening day or second day of the season, that really hurt. I'm going to give him a pass because he was runner up the rookie of the year in 2024. 2023, Gunnar Henderson was rookie of the year. 2024, well over 30 home runs. Dylan Beavers played very well last season, I thought. We got Samuel Basayo. He's a monster. He's a monster. You heard it here. Jordan Westburg injured an awful lot, but top notch. Jackson Holiday. He's a holiday. I always say that. He's a holiday. Jackson Holiday is going to be an all-star second baseman, one of the better players around in the next year or two. He's going to have a big season this season. You heard it here. So the young core is good. And I always give that to Mike Elias. He drafted very well. God bless him. And I'm going to say Heston Kjerstad, if he makes the team, that's the one thing I'm going to be personal about. I really wish that young man all the best. I hope he is able to make the team, is able to play a bit, and is able to be the Heston Kjerstad that we always wanted him to be. I really do. I wish him all the best. Let's see here. With regard to Grayson Rodriguez, Michael's right, Joe. You lost this one. Oh, come on. Come on. Who was this? JR and third. Junior and third commented there. Michael, Joe is right. I mean, Michael's right, Joe. Oh, shit. Next, we have JR and third. He writes, Michael's right, Joe. You lost this one. And I assume that's the whole Grayson thing that I'm really not supposed to talk about. I'm never wrong. Number one. Okay. Michael's wrong here. We'll see. We'll see when he buys me crab cakes from Jimmy Seafood. We'll see. Again, I just can't do all the Grayson Rodriguez stuff. My wife told me to stop talking about it. It was becoming an obsession because I was very unhappy with that trade, by the way. We'll see. We'll see. Next, from Daniel Hubbard, 9107. Here, talk about fickle fans here. No offense, Daniel. Adley needs to be traded now. Quit throwing away Mayo. I do agree that trading Grayson was another dumb move. Okay, can't mention the last part of it, but please do me a favor with this. This is, I'll give you a couple of examples here. Samuel Basayo is not ready to catch every day, right? You got a former All-Star, number one pick overall, Golden Spikes Award winner. Okay, I think maybe, sometimes the mental part of the game gets to you. The mental part of the game gets to you. I wish there's another one. I wish Adley all the best. Okay, but I trade him now. I mean, it's always that. It's always that. Somebody pitches poor out of the bullpen. Get rid of him. Call someone else up. Like we got Mariano Rivera that could take his place, okay? We don't have Johnny Bench to take Adley Rutschman's place. So, but there isn't a better alternative to trade Adley now. I mean, my goodness gracious, always with this. Let's see here. We got Jeremy Bear, 573. The more the merrier. It will be interesting to see how things shake out. People will step up and shine in the place of injured players, and we have plenty of great people ready to step in. Jeremy, you are a big giant O's lover. You're one of those fans who, just loves the Orioles no matter what. And we're raw here. We tell the truth. Jordan Westburg being out. No, we don't have players that are going to shine, quite frankly, and be Jordan Westburg. We're not. Respectfully, Blaze Alexander is not here to take the spot of Jordan Westburg or Jackson Holiday, for that matter. As far as us having alternatives, Kobe Mayo, I'm blue chip prospect, Kobe Mayo, big time prospect coming through the minor leagues. May not be the best defensive third baseman out there, but I want him to get a legitimate shot. So, if somebody's going to shine and step up, as you say, Jeremy Bear, 573, Let's hope Kobe Mayo is able to do that. Okay, here we go. We have next Michael 641-886. Jesus. Play Mayo, trade him, or keep benching him. And is the 6-man rotation real or fantasy baseball? Well, here we go. We're going to start with Play Mayo. We got a new manager now, Craig Albernaz, okay? Because it did not seem as if Tony Manzolino gave Kobe Mayo a legitimate shot, or certainly Brandon Hyde certainly didn't before he got fired. I agree, Matt Faulkner, if you're watching, it is time to let Kobe Mayo play every day. We got to see. Because last season in September, a young man played well. He played real well. Trade him? Okay. I'm not sure if that window passed now because of where we are. Trading him and Mountcastle and, maybe 2 minor leaguers none of us heard of for Freddie Peralta, okay? For Mackenzie Gore? Yes, the answer is yes. So they're going to trade Kobe Mayo now with Jordan Westburg being on the injured list, and Lord knows when he's coming back. Lord knows with that elbow injury. 6-man rotation. Is this real or fantasy baseball? Okay, here we go. Bradish, Rogers, Boz, Eflin, okay, Kramer, and now Bassett. I'm counting 6. You have Bradish, who had Tommy John surgery. Okay, I hope he's doing well. Boz had Tommy John surgery in either 2023 or 2023, I believe, or 2022. And Eflin's coming off surgery. So if we talk about a 5-man rotation, who goes to the bullpen? Put it in the comments. Who? Eflin? They re-signed Eflin for $10 million to put him in the bullpen. I just don't think so. They certainly didn't sign Bassett to go in the bullpen. And Dean Kramer, does he deserve the bullpen? Does he? He has been our most durable guy over the years. Does he deserve the bullpen? I'm dying to see what y'all say there because I don't know. I just don't know. Let's see. We got Leonard Wisniewski. I think I said that right. Yeah, I think I did. Leonard Wisniewski, 3418. Half of Westburg's injuries are getting pelted by pitches. No, they're not. He went around second base in Boston and got hurt. He slid and got hurt. Or no, he dove and got hurt. And he woke up one day and was hurt with the oblique. And then magically, I don't know about you folks, but I didn't see this elbow thing coming. Now he has an elbow injury where he needs platelet injections, and he's going to miss all of spring training, all of the month of April, and pray you see him in May. Pray you see him again this season. God forbid he needs surgery. So we got Marcus 779. Kramer to the bullpen is a dumb idea. That's how smart I am. Maybe instead his teammates could get some hits when he pitches. There's always a guy, Marcus, every season who doesn't get run support. There's always one. It just, I don't know. It's the laws of physics, the laws of probability, the theory of relativity. Who knows? But there's always one. And no, Kramer to the bullpen is the dumb idea of the preseason. That's why I keep getting into this whole 6-man rotation thing, because who goes? If it's a 5-man rotation, Marcus, who goes? Because somebody's got to. I mean, or a 6-man rotation. It's one or the other. But who goes? And it's probably Kramer, because again, did they sign Zach Eflin to come back? Our last season's opening day starter to pitch in the bullpen? I just don't think so. They sure didn't get Bassett to do that, or Boz, and it's certainly not going to be Rogers or Bradish. So, we'll see. We'll see. Let's see. What else do we have? We got Randy 1661. Westburg is the keystone of the team. When Westy is on the field, the O's win. The statistics and analytics are on your side, Randy. They're on your side. You're right. You are absolutely right. The Orioles did well in 2024 in the first half and into the second half. And when Westy went down, they were a different team. They really are. They're a different team with it. He's a gamer. He's a gamer. We love seeing that. He plays hard every single game, day in and day out. He had 17 home runs last season, which was tied with the highest on the Orioles, and I'm almost ashamed to say that, in limited play. And again, it's just he's one of those players, I could think of Nomar Garcia Parra, phenomenal, who just couldn't stay healthy. Just couldn't stay healthy, and that's a shame. We got Magic Meals 8. Magic Meals 8. I could use a Magic Meal right about now. He's solid. Always comes through in the dog days and gets warm up with the UB Baseball Classic, with the World Baseball Classic this year. Talk about Gunnar Henderson. I got to tell you, I don't know if Gunnar's career has been long enough to know if he gets through the dog days or not. But, I always say as a young guy, these, or about young guys, these young kids bounce right back. Let's see here. What else do we have? We got Charles Flinnell. 978. I agree. Play Mayo at third permanently. Can't count on Westburg. He's always injured. You're right. We know. After he comes back from injury, place him in AAA for a month and prove he won't get injured again. He's like O'Neill. You see, it's so easy, Charles, for us, not us, folks, to say these things. Trade him. DFA him, send him down. Let's get another pitcher in his place or another third baseman in his place. It's not that easy. Put Jordan Westburg. So make sure I read this right. Okay. Can't count on Westburg. He's always injured. After he comes back from injury, place him in AAA for a month to prove he won't get injured. What difference does it make here or there? Whether to prove he can't get injured. If he gets injured, they're just going to put someone else in, whether that be here or AAA. He's not going to AAA, except maybe for rehab, a few games of rehab, 3-4 games, but that's it. Now, Tyler O'Neill, by golly, folks, let's flush last season. Let's see what happens here. If the guy gets hurt a bunch of times, believe me, I'd be more than happy to come on here and say some more stuff. Let's see here. We got Rich 6'4". Rich 6'4". Do you guys argue like this all the time? I guess you mean Michael and I, or is it friendly? Michael and I have a very good relationship. We just a couple of guys, fans, talking Oriole baseball. Sometimes it gets heated. What can I tell you? But no, I would say I like Michael. I can't speak for him. Maybe he does, maybe he doesn't. Here we go. Timmy, 6'4", 8'8". Let me see. That was for a bunch of people with sixes out there. All right, Timmy, what you got? Why do you wear those bracelets and that necklace? How old are you? I'm in my mid-50s. And the bracelets and the necklace. That's the thing nowadays. Okay. Look, when you get to be my age, you want to stay on the cutting edge. Anything to, make you look a little younger. And I'm not saying this does, but what I've been told is this took me from 56 all the way to 53. So if it took 3 years, gave me 3 years of youth, I'll take it. Okay. And anybody email joe@joerossano.com wants to send me some bracelets, please do. This is the Orioles bracelet here. I don't know if you could see it in the camera, but this is all these were gifts, and we do appreciate it. Once again, folks, I will kindly ask you, please, click that subscribe button, like, share, comment, click the notification bell for all the latest episodes of the Joe Rossano Show. And if you notice just how excited I am about this new feature that we got every week, Birdland Mailbag with your pal Joe Rossano. March 26th, opening day, 2 p.m. We are going to be live. Michael Sullivan is going to be our field correspondent. He's going to be at the game. We are going to allow you to call in. We have a little feature here. You can call in, tell us what you think, ask your questions. Please join us March 26th, starting at 2 p.m. pregame, and then after the last pitch, post-game. We want you to call in, tell us what you really think. We're going to run the highlights and all that fun stuff. No reason to watch anyone else or go anywhere else because it's just so much fun here. We are real fans here, O's fans. We're real fans. We give it to you raw, and we just have a lot of fun doing it, and we always appreciate you coming in. So let's see. Other than my bracelets, let's see what else. I'll do one more. Kevin 8888. Kevin 8888. Who will be the first Oriole that gets traded in 2026? Who will be the first Oriole traded in 2026? Brian Mountcastle? Hey, let me touch on Ryan Mountcastle for just a second. Every time I think about Ryan Mountcastle, I say, what a shame. What a shame. Really. I mean, I was such a big fan, and I continue to be a big fan of Ryan Mountcastle. He breaks into the league 2020, during the COVID shortened season. And then 2021, 33 home runs as a rookie. He was rookie of the year. It wasn't Randy Arozarena. It was Ryan Mountcastle. That was a ripoff, in my opinion. They ripped him off. 33 home runs. Last year he had 7. Again, that is the one question, if I put a question out there, it would be, what happened? What happened? It's really, I got to tell you, I'm all-star caliber, Gold Glove first baseman, done amazing at first base. And I just think he's just not very selective. He swings at too many pitches outside the strike zone. And I think that, that's the book on him. Don't have to throw Ryan Mountcastle a strike. That's what I think. That's what I think. Now, I do have a favor to ask O's fans. Let me tell you what I would love. I want some players to come on the show. I really do. And I want you, O's fans, to help us out. I want you to go on social media. I want you to go on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram, et cetera, and say, hey, O's, Oriole players, go on Joe Rossano's Orioles Report with Michael Sullivan and Matt Faulkner. And any of the Orioles that are watching, guys, we're fans. We buy the jerseys. We go to the games. We spend the money. We're real fans here. And the fans would love for you to spend a little time with us and stop by and see us. So any of you that are out there that watch from time to time, Colton Cowser, Gunnar Henderson, Pete Alonso, I love to have the polar bear here, Joe Rossano's Orioles Report. So fans, help me out. Get out there on social media and demand that your Orioles come here and visit with us. Now, somebody I'd love to interview, if you're watching, Jim Palmer. Jim Palmer, please, sir, if you're watching, I'd love for you to come on. And if anybody would like to come on under those circumstances, please email us, joe@joerossano.com. That is joe@joerossano.com. As always, O's fans, this was just so much fun, and we greatly appreciate you hanging out with us. For Michael Sullivan and Matt Faulkner, I'm Joe Rossano. I say God bless you. Please, O's fans, don't forget to adopt a pet, and we'll see you next time.